Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Victoria and I'm a mess. My boyfriend is here and he's never here when I film, and I'm really self-conscious that he's laughing at me while I talk to myself in our bedroom, but it's fine. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to follow me on all of my other social medias, those are in the description below. I want to start off this video by thanking you guys so much for all of the birthday wishes. My 21st birthday was on November 15th, so this past Wednesday. I had so much fun. I went out with my best friend Danny and we had a time, let me tell you that. Now, this may come as a shock to a lot of you, but I don't really drink. I used to drink a lot when I was like not 21, like when I was 18 and 19, and it was like really cool to like get fucked up. And then I feel like once I became an adult and like moved out, I was like, wow, alcohol is really expensive. I also really don't like the feeling of being drunk. Like, it used to be fun when I was single and I like wanted every boy in the room to take advantage of me, but now I'm just way more chill and like I don't want to be drunk. I just want to watch everyone else be drunk. But I told myself, Victoria, if you don't get drunk and throw up tonight, you're gonna regret it. So Danny and I made our first stop to our first bar. This is one of 3 bars that we went to that night. I had a really good start to the evening. This bar was probably like, I would say, the warm-up stage. So I had 3 whiskey waters. I'm a very simple gal. I really don't like fruity drinks. That's not my thing. I don't like sweet, sugary alcohol. If I'm gonna drink, I want to feel skinny and clean and not loaded with like carbs. So got some whiskey waters, just regular Evan Williams trashy whiskey, played some pool. We finished over there and we're like, let's hop over to the next place. And I was super excited because I definitely wanted to get fucked up, but I didn't know how drunk Danny wanted to get. But as soon as I realized that he was game, then I got really like in the zone, like, okay, I'm gonna make myself vomit. The next bar we went to, I've heard a lot about, but I've never actually been to before. So you walk in, it's like a very like hipster kind of vibe. Like, it's not like these like old rich white people. It's more like college students, but like not the bad kind of transphobic college students that are like the stereotypical like jocks and like stuff like that. It was more of like the outcasts and like, I don't know, just it was really cool, and I felt safe. So we sit down at the bar and the bartender like immediately just rubbed me the wrong way. I always tell people, like, when I go out to drink or like eat or whatever, I always try to bring up the fact that I'm a server and I'm in the service industry, because the pressure and like trying to sell me things and like the constant like facade of like you actually caring, it pisses me off and I can see right through it. So I'd rather just get it out the way, order my drink, and you just like leave me alone and I'll let you know when I need you. But she was very adamant about being like that like cool bartender, and I was like, oh, it's my 21st birthday, like we're just here to get some drinks and then we're probably gonna move on to another place. And she's like, oh, it's your 21st? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I need to see your ID because this looks like a setup. She checks my ID and she's like, all right, the fun's about to begin. You're about to get so fucked up. She was like, I want to pick all of your drinks because, you know, you're new to drinking, you kind of just need to explore everything. And I was like, look, I've been drinking alcohol since I was 16 years old. I've had a long time to figure out what I like. I know what I like, and I'm not drinking anything that I don't like. But she was just this really peppy, like, wanted to like, you know, celebrate for my 21st, but I could tell she didn't give a shit. Like, she just wanted to like get me fucked up so I would tip her out of my ass. And it just, I don't know, it was a weird vibe. So she's like, you're gonna try our signature martini. And I was like, well, actually, I'm not. I was like, actually, I'll just take a whiskey water. She's like, no, you want a martini. So she starts making it. She's like shaking it. I see her and I'm just like, this bitch is really gonna make me drink something I don't fucking want. But I was like, you know what? It's my 21st. I need to chill. I need to let go. I need to be loose. I'll try it. Fucking hated it. It tasted like a creamy, sweet dessert, which is literally the opposite of what I wanted. There was also this other bartender there. She is like, let me just paint the picture for you of what she was. She is that white girl that like tries to embody the stereotypical persona of a black girl because she thinks it's like funny and cute, but really you just look ignorant and stupid. Lil Pump's Gucci Gang comes on the radio and this girl starts attempting to twerk. but it's not actually a twerk because, just a fun fact for you, you can't clap your ass if you don't have one. You know that video of Eugenia Cooney, the one that made her famous, of her like twerking and she's like hunched over like this and she's just like popping like her spine? That's the exact thing, and I don't understand why, but every man there was just living for it, like just like pulling their dicks out, just like jacking off onto her. I took a sip of this drink and I don't know what it was, but after that sip I got this feeling that just rushed over me. And if you drink regularly or you've ever drank before, you know there's a thin line between fun, which is on this side, and then complete and utter uncomfortableness, which is on this side. And when I took a sip of that drink, I went from here, not to here, like all the way over here. At this point, I was kind of ready to go home, but Danny like didn't want to. And I was like, you know, I told myself I was gonna go ham tonight. I was gonna go hard tonight. Let's fucking do it. In the meantime, this girl comes and sits next to me at the bar, and it happens to be someone that Danny went to high school with. So they're talking, da-da-da-da-da. She buys me a birthday shot. I say, thank you. I'm fucked up. We decide that it's time to leave this bar and move on to the next spot. But before I leave, she decides that she needs to tell me something. And when someone grabs my arm and pulls me to the side and says that they need to tell me something, I know what it is. I know I've been clocked, and I know I'm about to get a speech about how wonderful I am and how brave I am to even step foot out of my apartment. And that's exactly what I got. I just wanted to let you know that you are so beautiful and you're transitioning so well. And you're so, what's the word I'm looking for? Brave. Nothing better than people pointing out your transition because it's obvious. Usually that would piss me off, but I'm trying this new thing where I don't really let people piss me off because this is my life and I'm gonna control how I feel about it. I'm like such a fucking inspiration. So we decided it's time to move on to the third bar. I'm thinking to myself, can I make a third? Can I really do this? And then it hits me. This is the Holy Trinity. We went from stage 1 to stage 2. We're moving to stage 3. I have to complete the journey or I'm gonna be pissed off when I wake up tomorrow. So we drive downtown this time. It's very quiet because it is a Wednesday night. There are a lot of homeless men walking around, a lot of which hit on me as I was walking to the bar. I politely declined. Another homeless man literally took the cigarette out of my hand and said, thank you. That was it. We get there and I immediately see a woman that I used to know. Now, if you've ever seen my I hooked up with my best friend's fiance storytime video, I'll link that in the description if you haven't. She was from that crowd of people, the crowd of people who I used to do drugs with and sleep with and make very bad decisions with. She's about 35 years old, and she knows every trans woman in Baton Rouge. She's a groupie. But of course, being fucked up, I was elated to see her, gave her a hug. She's like, oh, I've been watching your YouTube videos recently. You should really be a comedian. Like just like fucked up, like sloshing all of her words. And I'm just like, thank you. I'm really drunk, so I'm keeping my eyes really wide open because if I don't, I'm gonna fall asleep and throw up. We kiki for a little bit and then we go sit at the bar. So basically the bar at this place is like a square. So there's a square, there's like bar stools all around and it's very tiny. There was a man that came up behind me and tried to give me a hug while I was sitting down. And I looked at him and I said, I'm gonna give you a warning. But if you touch me again, I will rip your ball sack off. He never came back. My friend asked me if I wanted anything to drink. I said a whiskey cranberry, which some reason threw everyone off. God forbid I'd make my own fucking cocktail on my birthday. But everyone's like, you're fucked up. That's a fucking gross drink. I'm not buying you that. And I was like, well, you asked. I get this drink. And I'm gonna say it was about 98% 0.9% whiskey, the rest water. I took a sip of it, a big gulp, because I had no control at this point. And remember how I told you the last drink that we had at the second bar put me to like here? The sip of this drink put me like, let me move over a little bit. It put me like over here and then like up a little bit and then flipped me and then like reversed it and then like scrunched me up like that and then exploded me. I look at Danny and I'm like, we actually have to go. Like, I know that you're trying to suck this guy's dick over here, and I fully support you on that, but I actually have to leave. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that I could have just called an Uber. By the way, if you want to use my Uber code, it's down below. You get a free ride for your first time. Before anyone comes for me in the comments, Danny was drinking very lightly. That way he could be my DD. So Danny's like, all right, let's go. It seemed like it took forever. Like I was sitting there, everything was happening in slow motion. I remember me and Danny, before we left, we went to the bathroom. I literally took off all of my clothes and I was sitting on the toilet and I was like, sitting there like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all this clothes back on. So we get in his car and I'm just gonna paint a picture for you. So I'm laying down, I'm sitting in the seat, he starts driving, I immediately feel sick. So I prop the seat back. I'm like holding on to everything that I've got. I'm leaning back. I've got the hiccups because I've been drinking so fast. So I'm like, and I started feeling like I was about to throw up. So saliva just started like dripping out of my mouth. So I'm literally there like, and Danny's just like looking at me like, you're not gonna throw up in my car. We're going down the interstate, 70 miles an hour. I roll down the window, I don't say a word, and immediately start throwing up. I didn't think to pull my hair back. So as I'm throwing up, my hair is flowing in the wind and my throw up is flowing as well. And it's just all going into my hair. Cars behind us are Snapchatting me, recording me, honking. And I've never been more embarrassed. I look at Danny and I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We get to my house and he brings me inside. Leighton is asleep on the couch and Danny goes over to Leighton and says, you need to wake up, your girl is sick and she's gonna need your help. I proceed to go get in the bathtub with all of my clothes on. I lay back in the tub and I just let my throw up covered hair just lay in it. And I'm just like, 21, best night of my life. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Again, don't forget to subscribe and follow all of my social media in the description. Thank you guys again so much for all of the birthday wishes. It made me so happy. And yeah, I'm looking forward to another one next year. Let's see where life takes us. I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next video. Bye.